Hello, welcome back. Don Kavanagh here again from Wine Searcher and Whiskey Searcher. And Patrick's Day is coming up, of course. I'm on a bit of a Bushmills jag at the moment. And we have another example from the Steamship collection. If you've seen the other one, you'll know I mentioned that the SS Bushmills was a specially commissioned steamship. Not easy to say after a couple of whiskies. A specially commissioned steamship which took the Bushmills brand around the world, first to America, to Boston and New York, and then home via Singapore, so they took the long way around. And I sincerely hope they had enough to drink on the way. Meantime, again, this being coming up to St. Patrick's Day and this being Bushmills, I have my Bushmills glass, cut from the bottom of an old Bushmills bottle. You can buy these at the distillery. You should visit the distillery, by the way. It's a wonderful spot. It's fed by its water source is St. Column's Rill. It's a little stream that flows into a little reservoir at the back of this beautiful old stone building in the village of Bushmills in County Antrim, the wonderful County Antrim, famed indeed around the world for the beauty of its glens, the attractiveness of the fine people of Ballymena. And of course it's also famous through Game of Thrones, so Ballantoy Harbour is where King's Landing is, the Dark Hedges, you'd know. But really, for a long time it was famous for Bushmills, the oldest licensed distillery in the world. 1608, the first license was granted to a gentleman of that area to make whisky. Subsequently, the Bushmills Distillery Company took over the license, as it were. They still claim 1608, although in fairness it's not been all the way back there, but you know, why let mere facts get in the way of a lovely story? Anyway, this one we're looking at is the port cask finish. Now what they've done with this is, instead of aging it in bourbon barrels or in sherry casks like they normally would, they've aged it in port pipes, which is good. Port pipes tend to be bigger, so it won't impart as the sort of immediate punch that you get from, say, bourbon or even from sherry. But let's see what it's like. It's a very different colour than the previous one we tried, which was the bourbon cask finish. Substantially darker, but you'd expect that coming from a port pipe. That's very different on the nose too. Whereas the last one was full of that punchy bourbon character, this is more fruit, big fruit, plums almost, with a little slight hint of sourness in there. You can imagine slightly underripe plum, that's what it smells like. Plus you've got all that lovely sort of classic Bushmills character with the sweetness of the grain, and just a lovely bit of balance in there. It smells fantastic. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh wow, that's extraordinary. That is beautiful whiskey, absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to add a little water, because what water does is it breaks up the oils in the whiskey and it releases the little flavours underneath. Now you don't need a lot of water, don't drown it, and same with ice, go easy with ice too. After all, we all saw what ice did to the Titanic. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, that is fantastic. Now you're just getting creamy fruit and something else in there as well. I'm not sure what it is, but it's almost a hint of coffee or something. It's like, yeah, it's like black coffee and fruit. Wow, what a combination. Seriously good whiskey. So if you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, do it with something Irish, and be hard to go past Bushmills in fairness. So, as we say in Ireland, Lá féile fáidir Con the Díobh go léir, the Daoine Uaisle. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, you wonderful people. Slán you.